If you've ordered an easy counter, watch this video and we'll show you how to install it. Hi, this is Chuck Birch with NewTek, and today we're going to be installing an easy counter, and it comes with the easy counter manual and the directions on how to install it. So now that we're going to install the easy counter, we have everything laid out. We're going to go ahead and unplug the machine because we have to take the covers off. So this is a safety precaution we got to take. Make sure your machine is unplugged. First off, let's talk about the tools we're going to be using. We're going to need a drill. We're going to need a driver with a 5/16. We're also going to need a hammer, a Phillips screwdriver and a straight screwdriver, a pair of pliers, some dikes, and a 7/16 ratchet and wrench, and a type of measuring device so we can get top plate measured correctly on the lid. First thing we're going to do is start with the encoder, and we're going to remove the nut off of it. We don't need it. We're going to discard it. And then we need a couple of washers that we're going to put on here to make space for the wire. Okay, but here, make sure it clears. And then we're going to install this block. To install the block, make sure the encoder is sitting this direction, and the recessed holes are here, so we're going to put it this way. So when we mount it, we're going to put the screws in on the inside down below here on the keel to install it. You take this off and loosen it. They seem to have this clamped. There's an adjustment in here, a spring adjustment. I'm going to go ahead and release it to make sure I can spin this screw. And then I'll show you what that spring adjustment does as we go. So we're going to go ahead and tighten this up right here. And you see that space right there is for, it's going to be for the cable when the cable comes down through here and pass. So we don't pinch it right here. So in the directions, they show you that you should come right off the corner of this with the encoder to make sure it's going to sit properly. So we go ahead and tighten this up. And then there's a spring tensioner in here. When you adjust it, you can adjust the spring tensioner up against something and push it. So right now we don't have it up against anything. So we're going ahead and set it right here off that corner of the block. And we're going to tighten the screw and get it, don't over tighten it, but get it pretty tight. Okay, and that's the way we're going to install the encoder. So now we're at the back side of the machine. The encoder is going to mount just inside, below the skate, inside the keel. Very difficult to get to. There's two tools you can use. You can use a regular socket 1/4 inch, or you can use a ball tip Allen wrench. I'm going to bring this up. It should be level with the pass of the rollers. And we'll go ahead and take our ratchet. So you want the encoder wheel just above the pass line, so when the material comes through, it pushes down and it's got spring tension. So now we're going to install the encoder wheel support, and it's going to go below the skate and directly above the encoder wheel. And you want to slide it up to where it's just above the wheel. And then we have this plate, the top plate. It'll come in right here. And then we got the bolts that's going to strap it to the skate bar and hold it in place. We're going to drop the other one down in here and get it hooked up. So once we get the encoder mounted, we're going to go ahead and wire it up. So we're going to bring the wire through here, around to this point here. Then we're going to go ahead and connect it to the extension cable on it. Make sure you get this nice and tight, because hopefully you'll never have to take it off again. And then we take this loose, and I always move it over just a little bit from where the mount is, and wrap it around right here and get it right into that cable. So that way we can hold it down. And then we're going to go ahead and put the screw in it and strap it in place. Yeah, this wire here, I went ahead and pre-wired it to make it a little simpler. And what I did is I went ahead and wire tied it here. And I take this one loose and put the cable in here with this one. And then I run the cable up, and I actually bring a wire tie up and tie it right up here just to make sure it doesn't get in the way of anything. The wire's gonna go to the encoder. It's gonna come up behind the switch panel, and it's gonna come up across here, and then we're gonna put a couple of tack mounts right here, and it's gonna go across and mount there. The cable's gonna go across to the other side of the back side of the machine. I'll run it under the cable, and I'll go ahead and take it and lock it down here. And if you got an older machine, you may want to clean this off. Make sure the surface is good and clean and it sticks to it. So the next thing, after you bring your cable over, we go ahead and attach this with the yellow cable, and what we do is we pull it out an extension to make sure they're even. Gray wire is going to come out to here. Your yellow cable, you want it pretty even because the yellow cable is going back to the control panel. And if you follow me back, I've already gone ahead and ran it and installed it, and it'll come all the way down. I turn right here. My last one's right here, and I've already set my cable up, stripped it back where it goes into the strain relief. I got a little bit of laxed. I cut this cable out here, about that long, so I can go ahead through the box and wire it. Once we get the cable installed, we're gonna go ahead and put it into the box. So I always loop this around and make sure I got enough to go into the strain relief. And then I go back about 16 inches and cut it. And one of the first things I do is there's a support strain relief inside the cable that I just cut off. It's just plastic. And then the second thing I remove is there's a ground cable in here that we do not use. So we're gonna cut that and discard of it. So now I've already gone ahead and put this strain relief, connected it into place. So I'm gonna go ahead and run the cable through and up out of the box. Go ahead and get our strain relief set up, and I go ahead and pull it back to again where you have just a little bit of the cable sticking out, and lock it down into place. Down inside here, you got 2 orange sets that we release, and this whole system will come right out for you to where you can work on it. Now we want to go to the page where our wiring diagram is at. This is the wiring diagram, and this is the standard wiring, and then in color is the easy counter wiring. When you're installing the easy counter without the wireless remote, the first thing you want to do is take the red cable and the green one, and we're going to cut the tips off the wires, and we're going to put these caps on it and crimp it and take them out of play. So the first thing we need to do is on our wiring, I'll do the blue one and put it on this side, and you can leave it long or you can strip it back to where it fits fairly well. And this is going to go to the reverse side, L2, right here. So we're going to put it right in with these wires there. The next one I do is the brown wire. It goes right next to the blue one on L3. And again, we're going to the reverse side, and we're going to L3. And we're going to loosen it. And once you get it in there, tighten it up. Now the next one on this side I'm going to do is the white wire. The white wire goes down to A1 on the forward side. Make sure we have plenty, we have a little bit relaxed. We're going to cut it. So we're going to go to A1 on the forward side, down here where the white wires are. We're going to install this. Again, push all the wires back in, make sure they're all in tight. We got the pink wire, which is going to go down to the other side to A2, which is opposite the white. The white is here, so down over here is where we're going to put this one. Again, make sure you don't pull any of the existing wires out of it. Just place that in there. Looks like I got to push this black one back in just a little bit. We're going to get everything tightened up. We've got these 3 wires here, and we're going to these because we're wiring it along with the wireless remote. We'll start with the first one, which is P25, and we're going to take it and we're going to tie it to the red wire. And And then the next one is P24, so we need number 4. And we're going to tie it to the green wire. And then the last one, just double check and make sure, it's P22. So P2 is going to the gray wire. Get them nice and twisted together here. But what we do is we take the yellow wire and we come over here to the new relay and put it in terminal 14. The red wire was originally here. We unplug the red wire and tie it to P23, excuse me, and then wire nut them together, and that should set you up to where it'll run correctly. Okay, so in your instructions, you're gonna see the mount for the cover. It's right here, it's a base plate mount, and it's gonna show you the measurements right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay it out this way here, and we're gonna take the plate, even though I pre-drilled it, we're gonna set it right here, and we're gonna measure 6.5 inches from the edge of the cover to the edge of the plate. And then we're gonna measure 3 3/4 from the edge of the plate to the edge of the material where the hinge is at. So then we're gonna go ahead and put the bolt washer in place. And then I'll stand it up, washer on it. Put the last washer on, and then we'll get the nut on it. We'll get everything tightened up. Easy counter control comes with the part number, the date that we put it together, and the serial number. Each one of them has a serial number. And then the serial number is going to be right here, EZC, and this happens to be a 473. So it's going to mount right here. And then you can turn this, it's on a swivel, so you can put it where you want it. And on the back side here, there's connectors. Get it over here. Yeah, we can do that and see where it plugs in at. Okay, this, if you look at this real closely, you got a male and a female, and a male and a female, and one is a 4, and I think the other's a 7. So it's really hard to wire these up in the wrong place. We're gonna get it that nice, pushed in nice and tight. We're gonna go ahead, and of course the gray wire goes to the encoder. The yellow wire goes back to the controller contactor box. This is the easy counter on the gutter machine. You turn it on, this is the screen that should come up unless you're in jog. I'm gonna switch it to jog, and it should come up with a stop or run jog error. If you ever see this, then you wanna check your jog, switch it to run, and it should come up there. All the switches still work the same. So we've got a program for 1 foot. You got forward and reverse here, and then run. It should run at 1 foot and stop, and that's exactly what it did. And to continue, you can go in here and put 35 feet, enter whatever you want, 1 inch, and we can do 5/8, for example. And then we can go back and clear it all. 0, 0, you gotta do everything manually to zero it out. It does have a miter option on it, which if you hit miter, you hit 1 miter. So if you got your fascia board and you wanna run over to turn the corner on your house, on your fascia board, you can put in, let's just say 6 inches. And then the second one, you can put in 6 inches. So that'll give you your run. So all you really have to do is, if you're doing 2 miters, hit done, go back and put in your 35 feet if that's what your fascia board is, and it'll run it, but it'll add in your miters so you don't forget them on your run. There's your reset, and there's some settings in here too, where you have a totalizer, you have security, your screen, brightness, you got sound on it, your units of measurement, whether you want foot, inches, or centimeters. So that's pretty much the easy counter, how it works, how it programs, and how it runs. It's pretty accurate once you get it dialed in. Thanks for watching our Easy Counter video, and look at this link right here to learn more about our gutter machines. See you soon.